Welcome back to Kinlaig on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 3 with me, MrSealyp. Literally straight off the back of the last episode, ladies and gentlemen, I've decided, you know what, I'm going to go back into the menu and I'm going to purchase some bits. I'm going to get that grassland roller. We're going to get the roller. We're going to actually have just seen the Tedar there as well. We're going to get the forage pickup. Yeah. At that price, to have it for emergencies, silage work, whatever. But I'm going to show you the stuff I was going to do anyway. But we're going to do it. Awesome. Yeah. Why not? Makes sense. What's it, 8.2 meters? It's reduced. Why not? That'll do. Guess I better go and get the stuff now. Ladies and gentlemen, as you have just seen, we are carrying on from the end of the last episode. And I did buy. I didn't just buy, and don't worry, it's all good. Walter did give me permission. we are okay. There were some other things I suddenly noticed and thought, oh, actually, you know what? We don't have those on the farm, or at least I didn't notice them as we went around the farmyard. If we're going to do hay, we need a Tedar. Or we need a dryer. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter which one, but we've got a Tedar. That was cheap. That was that £9 grand? And there was a field roller. So for our grass field, rather than adding fertiliser, which should actually help with the precision farming stuff, we can just, once it's cut, we can roll it, and that grass care roller adds an extra layer of kind of fertilising. It helps it grow better. So we should be absolutely golden. That's the plan. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to show this is more of a test thing, again, for my own mental state, to see if it is still the same, but also if it helps anybody, if anyone thinks, oh, you know what, I haven't seen that done before, I'm going to give it a go. That's absolutely fine. But if not, I'm not doing the whole thing like it. We will carry on doing the baling, because we've got a barley field, we've got a wheat field. When they're harvested, we'll have plenty of straw, so I don't necessarily need the straw off this field. But I just thought, you know what, this cab's really quiet. So what do I take back first? What we can do, we can put one thing on the back. So we'll take the Tedar back. I'm going to put the grab that. So yeah, we bought all these dirt cheap, and when this is half price, I mean, leasing each time I think costs £6 grand. Well, I mean, we'll have enough horsepower to run it, yes, because what I'm going to have behind it is the trailer and not the baler, so it'll just be running that front thing. And like I say, if I don't use it for anything nefarious is the wrong word, because it's not nefarious. These things are used in the real world for all sorts of stuff. But for our silage clamp and silage work and any occasions we think we might want to use it, what I also wanted to test at some point is if we plant some onions, which I think we might do. That spare field, I haven't checked to see what the thing says for onions. I wonder whether or not, rather than buying that expensive pickup harvester, and you can pick up with buckets and stuff, whether this would pick the onions up off the floor and put them into a trailer. Probably not the best thing to be using, but I don't know, like I say, we'll give it a go. It's worth a try. So I'm going to go and grab the trailer. We'll drop off the Tedar, we'll take this forage wagon back, and what should happen is when we're doing that baling contract, all I've got to do is get that straw off the field. As far as the contract's concerned, I'm baling it. Now again, you can get permission from the farmer. It might be the farmer just wants it baled and gone. It might be the farmer wants the bales, if that's the case, fair enough. It might be the farmer wants the straw. It might be the farmer's decided he'll let you buy it off of them. You can collect it in any way you want. So you're making extra use of that straw on a contract, again, if this still works. And I'll try the same thing when because we've got a mowing contract to do as well that I took on. We'll try that as well. So this episode is going to be a lot of we are on Kinlaig, we are doing some stuff. Now I had another message from Pete. Pete was the guy who, when we did the live stream, had mentioned about the fact the gates wouldn't open, and or messaged me after the live stream. And like I said, I tested it and was fine, and then of course we go down, and then what happens? I couldn't open the gates of the field, which is just absolutely typical, isn't it? So what we'll do, actually, we'll swap this over for the trailer. Having the Tedar will be very, very useful, and at that price, why not? Makes perfect sense to have it. What we might do, we've got a bit of space here. I'm thinking whether we could put a lean-to here, and we've got plenty of shed and barn space. Tom messaged me as well. Tom with Nico, and suggested, and I completely forgot about it, putting in a water tap. So putting in a water tap over here where the garden is probably not a bad idea, because you'd need it for the garden. We haven't got a greenhouse in the garden, but the farm needs a water tap. We need a water source. So putting in one maybe around this side, where the sort of the little garden is, would be a good idea. So maybe over here, putting in a water tap, so we've got access to water here on the farm. So I think I might do that. And what he's also done is he's put a sawmill in the old shed, which is brilliant. I've been watching a series called Homestead Rescue, set in Alaska. Absolutely amazing program, with the Rayner family, and they did a thing recently where they were doing something like that. So that's a really good idea. Sticking a production, rather than getting rid of that building, there's the productions without shelters mod. There's that mod. Is that out yet on 25? I know it was on 22. I'm trying to think now. Oh, was it Farmer 5, Tom? Where you can lease out your land. So you can lease out barns and buildings and bits of land. I can't remember if it is now. And you can generate an income. So as a passive income, you could set that up as, you know, you're leasing that out to a local mechanic who uses it as a mechanic's workshop. I can't remember if that's out or yet or not. But anyway, what we're going to do, let's grab the bunning. I know a lot of people messaged and said when we were doing the live stream about using the Bailey trailer pack, and the Bailey trailer stuff is quality. There's some quality stuff out there, don't get me wrong, there is. But the bunning stuff is new. This isn't the biggest trailer. We can extend this. I think we've got it in the smallest capacity at the moment. And we'll go this way around. I've got to be careful turning in that I don't hit our RTK system. Let me just double check to see if our gate opens here at the farm. I really hope it does. Oh yeah, that one does. Isn't that weird? I wonder if... I mean, they should be working. If you've got a contract on that field, it should be working. I'm wondering if the thing that trips out, like with barns and garages and stuff like that, if you don't own the land, you can't open the barn doors and garage doors. I'm assuming it's done the same thing. That unless you own the field, you can't do the But I know I tested it the other day. When I tested it last night, I took on a contract, just a weeding contract, and it allowed me to open the gate. So I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you down in the field. Let's test this theory out. Let's finish that baling contract. Then I think what we might do is try the grass one. The grass one, I think I'm going to speak to the landowner to see if we can take the grass. They want it mowed just because it needs to be the area needs to be cleared and tidied. If we can take the grass, we can put them in the silage clamp and we can start working on our where are we? Baling, mowing. Oh, it's Katie. Katie from the animal dealer. Oh, maybe she does need it though, because if she wants it mowed, if she's running the animal dealer, then she probably needs it for her animals, doesn't she? For feed, for stock and stuff. I don't know. Feel bad now. If it'd been anyone else, I probably would have minded. We didn't say hello to Ben on the way past. There you go. There's Ben. Right, let's see you down the field in a second. I really hope this still works. I'm going to keep checking. I'm hoping that something happens and it changes. I'm just hoping the trigger point's in the wrong place or something. That it's by the side, or it's not, is it? It's just not gonna... It's just not playing ball. I wonder... I don't suppose we can, because we don't own the land. Triangle. Can we... No, we can't remove fences or hedges on land we don't own. I'm almost certain if we bought that land, we'd be able to open the gate, which, yeah, that's a real mistake. Now, like I say, Pete messaged me and said that he's got to a point now where on this map, and this is going to be really frustrating because I like my contract work, it's okay on fields and contracts where you've got a gate and you've got hedges, but when you've got gates and stone walls, it doesn't work because there's no way in. You can't drive through a stone wall. So the potential now is, before taking on a contract, you've got to check and look to see. This is, I mean, I'm so annoyed because it's like every time you think, or I think to myself, you know what? Well done, Giants, quality. You've done something. This works. This is really cool. People won't complain. People won't be angry. And then this happens, and you think, how did you make this mistake? Right. So what should happen now is, let's turn that on. if it still works. And our contract for baling at the moment is on 33%. If that goes up 34 and keeps going, so you will now see that I can just pick this stuff up off the field on the contract. As long as it's gone off the field, whether I leave the bales behind or not is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. They just want the straw gone, because what it's saying is that the straw has been picked up by the baler, because the bales that come out the back, like I say, you can't pick the bales up with bale spikes. I tried when the game first came out, and this kind of, they don't really have a, whilst they are saying it's a 9,000 litre bale, you can't pick them up. So you can do this. Like I say, it's, you know, speak to the farmer, see what the farmer says. If you can reconcile it with the farmer and that's okay, then do this. I'm pretty sure it didn't work with a forage wagon, because the forage wagon's in direct contact with the ground, whereas this is kind of raised. I think that was the way it worked. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, 42%. It's going up. So once this trailer's full, if you've got a hayloft, or you might have a multi-fruit silo that you want to put if you're putting all your stuff in loose, you might have a fermenting silo that does total mixed ration, like a mixing silo, in which case you can take the loose material to your mixing silo, stick it all in, and then it can mix away to its heart's content. Or if you want to do bales with this, but obviously you can't use the bales that are on here, you can take this loose material to your own field, own plot of land, whatever it is. If you put the back on, it helps if you put it on grain door more than just open the back. Then drive along, unload out the back, so you then got, like we've got here, we're picking up swaths. You can put a swath down on your own land of this straw and then bale it. So you are transferring it from this field elsewhere. So you can do it. Like I say, this is working. I wasn't sure if it would work or not. I'm going to take this full load because it's in the trailer now, so we'll take it up. I'll leave it in the trailer for the time being, because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. We are going to need the trailer for other things, and then I'll come back to baling because I need to finish this contract off. But yeah, like I say, I wanted to make sure, because who was it messaging me? Someone messaged me a week or so ago to ask about this. How does it work? Can you do it? And I said, well, yeah, you can. And then I suddenly thought, I'm telling the person, yes, you can, and I'm not sure if it still works. You know, it's that thing of, I'm saying with such authority, yes, you can do this, yes, you can do that, and then find it's not working. This isn't going to fill completely, is it? Oh, there we go. I'll get a bit more in if I keep that nice and tight. It's just because I mean, it doesn't matter now. I've proved the point. It does work. Let's turn that off. Raise that up. Fold that away. And like I say, I've got my own field, so whether I decide to do it this way round or use my forage wagon on my fields, or whether I'm going to bale my fields, Walter's fields, I think we might bale Walter's fields. I haven't done like bales and stacked bales up for a while, so we'll stack some bales up around the yard, and then we can make total mixed ration with bales. We'll have the silage will be in the silage clamp, but I think we'll do bales, and probably bales for the hay as well, I'm thinking. Yeah, so through the hedge. Yeah, so as I was saying, what you have to do is when you take on a contract now, before you accept the contract, go and look on the map where the field is, and look on whether the field has got hedges around it or walls around it. Because I mean, it could be you get lucky and the gate does open, but it's a risk if you take on the contract, then the gate doesn't open, it's got a wall around it and you can't access it. Then what? I don't know. It's annoying, I'm not going to lie. So let's get this finished, and then we'll go. I'll take the mower and the forage wagon. We'll do the baling contract, and then I think we might get on to potentially mowing our own field. Might mow some and Ted some, mow some. I don't. Like I said, we just I want to get some of the farming done around Kinlaig farm. We'll get that done first. We are back to the yard. I've got a partial bale in here, but I can't unload a partial bale with this baler. So that'll be one that will just change over at some point. Now, I have an issue. The stuff I was just talking about, just explaining. Leave that there for a minute because we're going to need that in a little while. let's disconnect that, is I went to go and check our mowing contract on field 31. Field 31 is completely surrounded by a dry stone wall. Can't access it. I just went over there to have a look, tried to open the main gate. Nope, can't open the gate, so we can't get to that field at all. So we've got to cancel that one. Field 3, however, is a hedge and you can access it from the sides anyway. So it does have a gate, but we should be able to get through the hedge. So we're going to do that one. So this one we're going to have to, unfortunately, cancel. We lose all payment. I don't think we get charged for it. No. Collect. Mission was collected. Nothing. We're not getting fined or anything. We didn't take anything off of it. We're fine. I'm looking down here at the other ones. We've got enough of our own stuff to be doing for the moment, in all honesty. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over and try that. And then I think we'll mow our field. Actually, we've got our fields and we've got so much to do. Field to 2 fields to harvest. And store the wheat and barley. Do we replant them with wheat and barley? This little pertinger is only a small one, so it's going to be a bit of backwards and forwards if we're going to do this. But like I say, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure we can pick it up as we go. I'm trying to remember now. Oh, we've got some wool there. Cool. Oh, that's a point I didn't think to check. Do we need bedding? No, don't need bedding, do we? It looks like there's bedding in there anyway. But anyway, they'll carry on producing whatever they're going to be producing. So, let's head on to field 3. See if this does the thing. Again, still, if it does, great. If it doesn't, fine. I've got our own grass. Like I say, I'm going to try this at some point. We'll cut what we can. I didn't realise we owned all the forest behind as well, which is pretty cool, which means we've got access to a bit of forestry. So if we did want to run a sawmill like Tom's done and put it in the in that old shed, we could start producing some stuff. Field 3 I think is this one to the right. Just double check. Yep, field 3 is this one here. We'll see if this one opens. I don't understand how it worked when I did my... Yeah, this one is working. I don't get it. How odd. Let's unfold that. Or won't it let me... I can't remember. Will it not let me pick it up? Oh, it's let me pick it up. Is the contract going up the mowing? Field 3, or is it not because I'm picking up? I can't remember. Doesn't seem to be going up. Although we haven't actually mowed much of the actual field itself yet. I think I'm going around the edge mode. Oh yeah, 1%, there we go. It's giving me access to the outside as well, so we'll take what we can off of it. Why not? I couldn't remember if it would or not. It's a fair sized field actually. We might get a bit of grass off this, you know. If we do, and we've got a lot in our silage clamp, then I suppose the potential after that is that our yeah, every time we get into a hill, much as I love this fast track and it is cool, I'm running too much stuff on it, aren't I? I'm sure this will... You know what I need to check as well? Let's go down to our equipment and machinery. I'm assuming we've got the 150 horsepower version that we start with. What's it saying it is? JCB... No! 130 horsepower. I thought it was 150. It does go up to 150, doesn't it? I'm sure it does. I just assumed we had the 150 horsepower one off the start. Apparently not! Oh dear. Oh lummy misses. Right, well, we'll get this over and we'll start putting into the silage clamp. We'll put some into one, why not? As is always the case, normally I do all my prep before I buy animals, but because we come to work on Walter's farm and he's already got animals, now we're playing catch up. We're into August, we've got rain coming, we've got contract work to do, we've got harvesting to do, we've got straw to pick up. We need to make sure we've got enough feed to get the sheep through. We could add some goats into there, actually. I can't remember how much that pen holds. Actually, can we go out of the edge of the field here? Or we don't want to. Let's lift that up. Isn't it weird that this one did open but the other one didn't? And the other contract field with the stone wall didn't either? I don't know. And you think as well, enough people have been playing on it since this came out. I know it's only been like 24 hours, but I would imagine people have been trying to do contract work. The giant, you'd think they'd try and get a hot fix out. That's got to be fairly straightforward, hasn't it? I mean, I don't know. So I'm no expert. Yeah, 3% on the mowing. Do I need a triple mower setup? Potentially. Do I need a wider front one? Maybe. Do I need a side mower as well? Potentially. But for the time being, oh, you moron. Didn't even notice. Let's disconnect that. Didn't even notice I was full. 16.1. Yeah, it's not the biggest, is it? We're saying that 16.1 already. I reckon we could get over 100,000 litres off of here, you know. Let's go and put this into the side clamp. We don't have beacons on the side, do we? No. We keep saying that. I keep saying it, and we still haven't. We can't. Much as I want them to be, we still haven't got them. Thing is, I suppose at the moment my brain, I'm almost treating it like I'm doing a live stream, because I'm just happy plodding along. I'm just doing my stuff, chatting away. I could get 10 episodes in and not even have finished the first few contracts at this rate. Maybe I need to do another live stream. Do another live stream and do a ton of stuff in one go. Not in one go, you know what I mean? So I need to double check that both of these are silage clamps. I think they are. But we've got the harvester in there at the moment, which we can move. Yeah, that's all right. Let's do one of these. I would really hope for a Giants mod there's a building there's not any bleed through the walls or anything like that. That would make me sad. And there'll be all the compacting, of course, as well. I love the design of these. Yeah, buddy! We're alright. We are good. Let's carry on. Just a quick interlude. I thought, while I was down near the coast picking up some silage additive, why not nip out to the shore, get the rod in a couple of times, see if we can get a bit of extra money. That's in my pocket, not in the Kinlaig farm pocket. And now I'll head back up to the farm. Yeah. Bit naughty, I know, but hey, let's do it. This is the last load going back. We did speak to Katie. She's absolutely fine with it. This was just a film she wanted, a field she wanted cleared, so we're good. In the future, I think. I mean, we could pay for the grass now anyway. It doesn't matter. We've got our own grass. Again, it was a proof of concept. And while I'm talking about a proof of concept, I suddenly remembered something. I had one of those epiphanal moments as I was going around the field, and I suddenly thought to myself, there could be another reason. You know, we used the forage pickup so I could show you how you could get straw off of the baling contract fields. And I went round doing this with the forage wagon. Then it suddenly dawned on me. Right, this, you start with this, and you start with this. But luckily, in the Mow Anywhere pack, they're exactly the same. So in my prep, when I did my prep video, my live, and then after it I was finishing off doing some tidying up, I suddenly thought, oh, I could swap these out. I could swap out the ones you get on the farm for the Mow Anywhere ones. That way, if I get any contracts from the council to go and mow verges and stuff like that, again, a storyline thing we could throw in. So that is a Mow Anywhere forage wagon. So if you're doing a mowing contract and you might have a standard forage wagon, you might now be thinking, well, hang on, MrSealyp showed it and he said it works, and it doesn't. That's a Mow Anywhere one, so that should allow you to pick up from anywhere anyway. So I would say, if you're going to do the mowing contract thing and you are going to pick up the grass as you mow it, or not as you mow it, you have to mow it first. If you mow it first, don't complete the contract. Get up to like 98, 99% and stop. And then that forage harvester pickup, the one we use for doing the straw contract, go around with that in a trailer, pick up the grass, then finish off the contract. That's how you do that one. I suddenly thought, it's weird because I think when I started doing it, I said I didn't remember doing it with a forage wagon before, and that was why I suddenly thought, hang on, I swapped this out. That could be why. I did drive over the clamp a little bit just to try and get it to flatten down a little bit, because we had some high spots and stuff. Now we're going to be up around 140,000 litres, I think, in here. Now, is this going to be something I'm going to continue to do? No. The mowing contracts, I'm going to just do the mowing contracts. I'm not going to collect the grass from doing them anymore. We've got our own grass field, that's fine. And again, this was kind of more of it was a proof of concept. Does it still work? Can I still do it? Yes, I can. We should have, actually, I need to just swap it out to, oh, I've got my thing unplugged. Oh, okay. I'll check that in a minute. But what we're going to do is lease, I think, if we come down to here, I think I've got it installed. Is it the A8? What's it called? On the side of compaction, yes, the Lizard A8. That thing is a brute. Do I want it spiked roller or smooth roller? We'll go spiked roller because it looks menacing. We'll leave the colours, I'm not too bothered about that. 642, yes, we're going to lease that. Only requires 90 horsepower, so we're golden on that. As far as I recall, of all the compactors that I've tried, that one compacted faster than any of the others, if I recall. I think it did, I'm trying to remember. Anyway, that all being said, so next job, like I say, I said the first episode, I'm doing shorter episodes now, and what did it end up being? 50 minutes? 48 I think I got it down to. But the trouble is in my mind, I'm like, but people are going to be annoyed because not enough has happened during the episode. But I guess, you know, I'm trying to go, I know I start off every single series the same way, and I say it's about the journey, not the destination. It's about the farming, it's about using the equipment and machinery, and especially on a map like this, it's about the scenery, enjoying where you are. If you just get to a point where you're just hammering out, you know, I need to get this harvest done, get it done, put it, because for whatever you've set your target to be, say your target is I need 10 million litres of wheat in my silos by whatever date. Or you're going to do an entire map of one particular crop, or I'm going to be a corn harvester and do silage harvest, whatever it might be, silage harvest. If your focus is solely on just getting that harvest done, and I'm just as guilty as anyone else of doing it, you miss out on, drop that, yeah, you miss out on everything, you know, you're not doing. So I think if I do shorter episodes, and it's more like this, more like a live stream, whereas I'm doing the bits and bobs, I kind of guess like I've always done, where I'm just chatting as I go and we're just doing the thing, then it doesn't matter if they're only half-hour episodes, but then there's an element of people want to see progress. It's a difficult one to balance, isn't it? We have got some wool coming out. I'm thinking we're probably going to put some goats in here, actually. We've got 12 out of 32. Mind you, that doesn't allow for if these reproduce. The others will grow. I might leave those, actually. We could put in another pen elsewhere, couldn't we? And put some goats in there, so we have a separate goat pen. So we'll have our wool being produced here and our milk elsewhere. We could do that. I think goats and sheep, they're a nice, straightforward, easy one to do if you've got a grass field. Now, do I do some harvesting now and get my wheat and barley fields done? I'll tell you what I did do. That 16,100 litres we had in there of straw, I took it into our wheat field and put it, I just dumped it out the back like I said I was going to do with the grain door, around the side of the field. So when we do our harvest, oh no, I just realised actually if I want to mow this, I can mow it afterwards. When we harvest this now and we get the straw swaths left behind, when I come to bale, I can just bale that up. Like I said, that was just, again, that was another proof of concept. Oh no, 16,800. No, it was the forage wagon does 16,100. This did 19, but we only got 18, so it doesn't matter. We'll get at least a couple of bales out of it. Oh, right. So I think what we'll do now, time is cracking on. It's nearly 4 o'clock. I'm just worried about as we move through the months rapidly. We've got rain coming as well. I'll get on with doing some harvesting. We'll go down and get the compactor. It's the same as every start of any new Let's Play. There are so many things to do, so many jobs, so many things I want to do that I'm just jumping around because I'm excited. I want to do a bit of everything, and it's that thing as well that again, I suppose the storyteller, the content creator, however you want to refer to it. I just want to show everything. I want to look at this, look at this, look at this. How cool is this? Look at that. No, I want to show it all. Oh dear. Anyway. We haven't been up there. Our grass fields up there. That's quite cool. We've got the roller to collect as well. So we've got a few bits. It's a very small header, to be fair. But this is the starting harvester. As I said at the start as well, if you watch the setting up one, I was trying to kind of go like for like. I think is this the same size or a little bit smaller? I can't remember what the capacities of each one were. Actually, what we can do, I can't remember what the capacities are. That one is an 8,000. Actually, we've gone less. That's an 8,000, and I think this is a 5.6. Yeah, we've gone smaller than the one you start with. I just wanted to use a different harvester than the one you kind of always get standard. Indicators, I do it every single time. That should be straw swath enabled. Didn't even open the menu then. Like a real boy. Do our barley first. Oh no! Did the wrong thing. It was already on it. Was it? It must have been. How bizarre. So I thought, that's not a straw swath. That's a straw swath. That's quite a wide straw swath, isn't it? We don't own a Windrower yet. We bought a Tedar, but we don't have a Windrower. And again, if you go and look in the Windrowers, in the brochure, it's not actually that many. Not, you know, there are a few, but not as many as you'd like. Isn't it weird that part of that's got a wall? I suppose the wall goes along the road, not necessarily around the field itself. I guess we could do headlands. It'll stop us going out onto the grass. Travis, I'm kind of. I mean, have we got enough money at this point to hire another worker? I'm almost considering, because again, I don't know. It's just me because I want to get on with the mowing. I want to get the mowing done. I want to get that other field, the big field up there. I think what I'm going to do is mow that, Tedar, and then we're going to need a windrower. We're definitely going to need a windrower. Windrow it, and then we'll bale that as hay bales. This will all be baled as straw bales, and then all the other grass that if we can cut all of this around us here. I'm not going to do obviously the cow pen. That's their meadow grass. All the rest of the grass will go in with that grass contract grass. That'll be compacted and that'll be our silage. So that'll be our 3 items we need for making Top Mix ration I'm not going to do it with mineral feed. I'm never. I suppose I should do again if you're going more realistically. But then more realistically, again, there are some. Actually, you know what I haven't checked as well, which is probably not a bad idea. If we come to our animal pens, what's that saying? So at the moment they have no feed at all. Oh, I just wanted to double check because I suddenly thought if silage does 100%, then we haven't got to muck around doing. Because sometimes you get maps that do, and you get kind of caught out. You spend ages making total mixed ration to get to 100%, and it turns out the silage will get you to 100%. So you might as well just do tons and tons of silage. But no, I will need total mixed ration to get 100%. But I don't have any feed at the moment. I guess the hay will get them to 80. I could grab some of those hay bales that I've used them for the sheep, just until as we go into the next month, hopefully the meadow grass will kick in. Although I'll only pay them, only feed them 40%. They must be starving. They must be Hank Marvin at the moment. Once our fields are all harvested, so we've got our wheat, our barley field, and then we've got that field there, which is ploughed. Whether it'll be the next episode or the one after, we're going to go and grab the soil sampler, because we are running precision farming and we have no soil samples, so we have no soil data. So we are going to do some soil sampling, we'll get that done as well. I really want to get a Can-Am actually, I'm just thinking doing soil sampling, do the Can-Ams? No, they don't. I was going to say the Can-Am doesn't have a 3-point option, it has a trailer option, although I keep saying Unihid because it's HYD, but because it's hydraulic, it should be Unihide, shouldn't it? I think HMG said that to me. I could stick a Unihide on there, if that's got a trailer hitch, if it allows me to, although the whole thing will hang off the back quite horrendously, but we could get ourselves a Can-Am. When I say ourselves, I wonder if I could do enough fishing. When you saw me do that fishing clip, I don't know if I've done any editing yet. I don't know if I've done it. I haven't done any editing yet. But when I went down to pick up, again, when I come to edit, I might have already said this. I might have already spoken over it. When I went down to get the silage additive, because I suddenly realised we had that forage wagon that takes silage additive, and we didn't have a silage additive in it. So I went down to the village, or down to the little, you know, where all the warehouse stuff and that is. On the setup video, we set up a little production point where we can go and buy various different things. And while I was down there, I thought, oh, I might just, and all I do is I switch from the Kinlaig bank account, the Kinlaig farm bank account, not the Kinlaig bank, to my own account, which is the one I arrived on. So any fishing I do with my fishing rod, and any fish I keep, or whatever it is, money I make from that, that goes into my account. That is for my own personal benefits, whatever it is I decide to do with it. Should I have the cruise controller now? It would mean I haven't got to pay much attention to what I'm doing. I can just click it on and I can look around, fiddle about, do other things. For harvesting, it's not as bad because you can see where you're harvesting, you can see where you've been. I find the GPS system works a lot better when you're doing things like weeding, fertilizer spraying, herbicide spraying, any of those kinds of things, because you can't always see through the crop where you've been and where you haven't been. So yeah, again, it's kind of pick and choose really, whatever you want to do. Right. I'm thinking, do I finish this in the next episode? No, I want to get this finished in this episode, even if it's just this field. And the next episode we're going to get the mowing done, we're going to get those cows fed, we're going to get the silage clamp compacted, we're going to need a windrower. I'm just trying to work out how we're going to go about that. We've got 47 grand. Because we had the ones, was it Russ Agro THE that made them? We had various different ones that worked as a Tedar, ones that worked as a windrower. There's a lot of the kind of Eastern European style ones, which are nice and cheap, with an okay width on them. At the moment, most of the base game ones are quite expensive. Well, at the end of the day, we can lease one, we don't have to buy one, of course, but... Yeah. Getting close to full. We don't have a bale trailer, do we, either? It's interesting, you're considering, well, I say considering, I suppose it doesn't really matter what map you're on, does it? The actual base game equipment you start with, and I tried to swap some out, you don't start with a huge amount of gear. HMG messaged me last night, actually, to say about, because I just did it when I was doing my prep, and I did my videos, my guide videos, and I did the guide to rod and reel fishing and the guide to fish farming, all things fish farming. And we made our own fish food down at the fish food plant. We bought our own as well, because you can just buy it if you want to. That it requires flour and oils and soybean, because the soybean is the pellet, and then the flour with the oils kind of sticks a coating over it. I think is how it's supposed to be. And he said, had you noticed on the map there's no oil mill? And so I thought, I'm sure there is. And I did the map, so I had a look around. I can't, maybe there is. I couldn't see one. And he said there's no way of making flour either, but there is technically. You've got the come on, looking down to our right. There is the windmill. The windmill needs to be built, and I think the intimation from that is they want you to build the windmill to do flour. But yeah, oil might be a problem. Let me just go and get this trailer. Want to use the Massey? Come on. So I think what we'll do, I'll finish this off. We'll get this. We'll go up and down. I want to put the first load into that into the new silo, because we haven't used the new silo yet. And again, I will say that it's a difficult one, isn't it, for me, content creating, because I'm making videos and I'm trying to show a progression in what I'm doing. Off camera, I'm playing a little bit, but there'll be guys, some of you out there, that since this release have been playing non-stop. And you've probably uncovered 10 times what I have already. It's a difficult one, because you kind of, when we had the early access, I'm going around, I'm preparing for a map tour, I'm preparing for guide videos, I'm trying to get this done, that done, that. But again, there's always that thing of, I don't always think of obvious things, I don't think of everything. But there we go. Right, I've just realised again, I'm probably now deep into 35, 45, probably heading towards 50 minutes. The whole time I'm doing this, I'm thinking those poor cows need to be fed. You know what, I'm going to do that. Let's just stop here a second, turn that off, drop the header, do that. I'm going to finish this off. We'll finish the episode with me. I'll do some more on that. I need to bring down some hay. I suppose if I've thought about it. Oh, I tell you what we could do. Let's just do some we'll cut some grass. Hang on, no, the grass only does 40%, doesn't it? Hay does 80. Yeah, we'll do some. Bring those bales down. So we need a little trailer. I suppose what I could have done. Oh, we can change our. I suppose I could use. Have we got pallet? I don't think we've got barrel spikes, have we? And I've got pallet forks for our front loader. So we could just use. No pallet. I suppose we could put them on pallet forks. It's not ideal, but the other option is I just swap out the van, and we'll put that into bale configuration. Let's do that. It's very loud. Much louder than I thought. I know I said that when I did my prep. So again, that's building up our gear, our equipment and stuff like that. We are going to need. We're short on loads of stuff. We don't have a windrower. We don't have a bale trailer. We've got. I mean, let's say this we can use as a bale trailer, which is going to be great. So what we'll do here is go to that, and then we'll customize that, and we'll change its capacity to bale trailer. Do we want it? I think you just put the sides down, don't you? We are front wheel drive, trailer hitch, 10 belts, blah 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 blah. Yes, we are, and bada bing. So what we should be able to do now is just a case of changing the tip sides. It can still operate as a tipper, so it'll open the side and tip, or when you scroll through them, we've got the option if I go L1 up on the D-pad. I'd say we might end up switching this out. I thought, you know, because it was the most of all the vehicles that we've got available to us, I did think there was a couple of Toyota pickup type things I thought might be quite cool. This is not going to be a lot of hay, but it will give them something until we can get some done. I just feel bad that they're there with nothing, absolutely nothing. Just a few litres. It will give them something to eat, won't it? Hasn't got to be neat. Let's just get them on there, get it down there, and give them something. Something to munch on. I mean, admittedly, they're in a meadow of grass, you know. And I guess, you know, most people would say, well, why are you bothering? And, you know, you'll go across into tomorrow, and they'll have feed. It's not that much of an issue. I'm going to leave. Another one of these here. Because it is... Their feed was saying, yeah, food 4,500. 533, yeah, so that has used a little bit, cool. Okay. So we've got a bit more done in this episode. Like I say, it's a bit of a kind of, again, remembering for me certain things that I had done and couldn't remember if they worked or didn't work, or had been. Like I say, there have been so many updates, I couldn't remember, because I haven't done any of them since the last 3 updates, possibly even 4. I'm trying to think. You know, would they still work? Could they still work? And if it's helped anybody else that goes, oh, you know what, that's cool, I'll use that. The mods should all be listed in the description. Or I've just suddenly realised I don't know if the forage pickup is in the description. That's by Fluffy Mods, but we can have a look at that. Do these have to be put in manually? Too high on the trailer? Probably. I'm supposed to do a nice thing. Do they require water as well? I just suddenly thought. Oh, they do. They've got no water either. Now, I will say, I'm glad that Alistair... There we go. Alistair suggested I come up and I'll speak to Walter, because their previous stockman, farmhand, farm helper, whatever they may be, left under peculiar circumstances. But to be fair, he left Walter hanging a little bit. There's a lot of stuff here, a lot of farm work that hasn't been done, a lot of stuff that could have been done, should have been done. So I know it's a lot of me rushing around like a blue-bottomed what's-it, you know, but the care and welfare of these animals is paramount first. That's what I thought. I'm in the middle of doing a barley harvest, and these poor animals, and I didn't even notice they didn't have water. So what we'll do, there we go, they got a bit of food. It's not an amazing amount, but we can get that sorted later on. That's fine. So what we'll do now, I'm going to go and grab... we can actually, should be able to hook the water tank onto the back of this. We have got a water tap put in. As it turned out, again, Walter had one in the garage, just hadn't been installed. If this doesn't attach to it, then we'll use the... oh, actually, might need a PTO. We'll grab the tractor. Let's give them the water, and then we'll be sorted. Right. And then, I say, next episode, let's get cracking on with the rest of that. We'll get up onto that field, we'll get the grass and hay done. We'll have a look. I'll go into and have a look in the brochures. Like I say, there's not a lot. We'll get the fields baled. We need more gear. To get more gear, we need to do more contracts, but I need to get the farm sorted first. That has to be the priority. Because I was looking at the contracts, and my temptation to just grab every contract going is huge. But there's other stuff that needs doing before I do that. There we go. Let me just check on the sheep. Don't need water, do they? No, they're good. They've got it in part of their barn because they're in a pasture. I love this trailer. I know it's a scrappy-doo looking thing, but super cool. Could just cut across the grass. We might end up doing a shortcut across there. Why has nothing come up? You can't be serious. Why is this not? It holds water, it's a water trailer. Why does nothing ever work how it's supposed to? There's no gateway to get into the field. I don't need to go in there, surely. Tell me I've picked the only trailer that won't work. Right, I raced down to the store. I've leased this Abbey one. Just leased it. It cost me 800. But while I was down there, I was talking about the tractor with the guy down at the dealership about it being 130 horsepower. It's 10 grand it's going to cost to upgrade it to 150 horsepower, which I think will be very advantageous for the farm. And then he said there's a local farmer who's got a contract going. If I do the contract, which is cultivating, we have a small cultivator. If I do the cultivating contract for him, he'll pay 3/4 of the cost. The contract pays out about 7,500. So we'll only have to cough up 2.5 grand to upgrade. So we're going to do that contract. I'm just hoping this now works. It's got to be that's the trailer. Why would that not? It's supposed to work as it's under the animals thing as a. What a waste of time that was. I love that thing as well. Why is nothing working? Right, we've got some water in there. And there's a little bit left over, so it didn't take all of it. Let's just double check and make sure they are good. Water is in. They've got a little bit of hay. We're fine. Okay, right, so the Abbey tanker can go back. The other one go back. We have to look at buying a new tanker then. To be fair, the Abbey tanker, although the price was considerably different. That was fairly cheap. I mean, I can have a look. There's going to be tons of other tankers. Like I said, I just thought they fit perfectly. Anyway, on that note, at least these are all right now. They're going to be fine. I mean, it looks like they're chewing grass. So, I mean, come on, Meadow. Come on, sort yourself out. Let's going to get going. I'm going to then go and get on with this. So, I'm going to get this this harvest done. We'll see how much we end up with for the barley. I'm going to do that not baling contract, that cultivating contract. I can't think straight anymore. Get the cultivating contract done. That'll pay a big chunk. We're going to get the... so yeah, next episode then. We've got a ton to do then. We need to look around for a new tanker. We're definitely going to need a Windrower. I need to upgrade the JCB to the 150 horsepower variant. We've got baling to do. We've got mowing, tedding. We've got tons to do. Never a dull moment here on Kinlaig Farm. So, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.